You know that feeling when everything is fine, but your brain won't stop telling you something is wrong? Or that other feeling where you're so happy you feel like you could jump off a cliff and somehow land perfectly? Yeah, those aren't random. Those aren't you being weird. Those are status effects.
And today, Pixel is going to explain every single one of them using the only language that actually makes sense: Minecraft.
Here's how this world works. Every emotion you've ever felt is a status effect running on your body. Just like in Minecraft, some effects make you faster, stronger, better. Some slow you down, drain your hearts, make everything feel heavier than it should. And some, the sneaky ones, run completely in the background, silent, invisible, draining your durability bar while you're busy pretending everything is fine. Your mental strength, that's your durability bar. The more effects stacking on you at once, the faster that bar goes down. And just like in Minecraft, most people don't check their durability bar until it's already flashing red. Today we're checking it together. Here's where it gets interesting though. Not all effects are bad. Some of them are the whole reason you keep playing. Happiness. Let's start with the good stuff. Happiness. In Minecraft terms, happiness is Speed 2 and Jump Boost Wine, running at the same time. Everything feels lighter. You move faster. You jump higher. The world looks brighter, and the chunks load perfectly, and there's no lag anywhere. You know that feeling when you wake up and the sun is already out and you just feel good? No specific reason, just good? That's Speed 2, baby. In real life, happiness is your brain releasing something called dopamine. Think of dopamine as a resource drop. Like when you mine a block and diamonds pop out, your brain goes, reward. Here, take it. And for a moment, your whole inventory feels full. But here's the honest truth about happiness that nobody puts in the tutorial. The effect has a timer. It always does. Speed 2 doesn't last forever. The world slows back down eventually. And that's not a glitch. That's not you doing something wrong. That's just how the game was designed. The timer running out doesn't mean happiness is broken. It means it's real. Excitement. Now take happiness and add Haste II to it. That's excitement. And oh boy, excitement is your brain in full sprint mode. You have an idea, and suddenly you're mining 6 directions at once. You start a new project at midnight. You sign up for 3 things in one day. You open 14 browser tabs and feel genuinely great about all of them. This is Haste 2. You're moving fast, really fast. The problem is, Haste 2 makes you mine without checking what's underneath you. And then you fall into a cave. Excitement is incredible for starting things. It is absolutely terrible for finishing them. Your brain is flooded with dopamine before the work even begins, because the idea itself feels like the reward. The actual mining, the boring part, that's where excitement quietly expires and leaves you standing in a half-dug tunnel, wondering why you thought this was a good idea at midnight. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Don't lie. Love. Okay, this one is complicated. Grab a seat. Love is a shared inventory. Think about that for a second. In Minecraft, your inventory is yours. Those are your slots, your resources, your diamonds. But when you love someone, you voluntarily open your inventory and give them slots, real ones. You start carrying their stuff alongside yours. Their durability bar matters to you now. When their health drops, you feel it. When they're running low on resources, you share yours without thinking twice. And your brain, your actual biological brain, gets hardwired to them. The redstone circuits in your head literally rewire themselves around another person. That's not poetic, that's neuroscience. Chemicals called oxytocin and vasopressin basically code a new permanent connection into your system. The beautiful part is that shared inventory makes you stronger. 2 players always survive longer than 1. The scary part is that if they ever leave the server log off permanently, your inventory still has their empty slots in it. And for a long time, those slots just feel wrong to fill. Love is the most powerful enchantment in the game. It's also the only one that can break the player instead of the tool. Stress. Alright, we're moving into the debuff zone now. Stress is mining fatigue, Al. Notice I said I, not I, because stress in small doses is actually supposed to be there. Mining fatigue, Al, doesn't stop you. It just slows you down slightly. Makes things take a little longer, feel a little heavier. Your brain releases cortisol. Think of cortisol as your emergency fuel. It kicks in when there's a deadline, a threat, something that needs to get done right now. Short burst of cortisol, you focus, you push through, you get it done. The problem is that most people leave stress running. All day, every day. They wake up with mining fatigue. I already active. They go to sleep with it still running. And over time, mining fatigue, I becomes mining fatigue 2. Then 3. And by then, Everything you try to do feels like mining obsidian with a stone pickaxe. Stress is the effect that sneaks up on you because it never announces itself dramatically. It just quietly makes everything harder until one day you realize you're exhausted and you haven't even done anything yet today. But check that effect, man. Seriously. Anxiety. Now here's where the inventory starts getting complicated. Anxiety is Slowness II and Darkness I running together. And somewhere just off screen, just outside the torchlight, something is making a sound you can't identify. You know that Minecraft moment. You're in a cave, everything is fine, and then you hear it, that sound. Could be a zombie, could be nothing, could be a creeper. 3 blocks to your left. You don't know, so your whole body freezes. Your mining stops. You spin around, checking every direction. Your heart rate spikes and your hands move to your sword even though there's nothing there yet. That's anxiety. And here's the thing, that response evolved to keep you alive. Your brain built that alarm system over millions of years specifically so you wouldn't die in the dark. It is genuinely one of the most impressive survival tools your body has. The problem is your brain cannot tell the difference between a creeper and a work email. Cannot. Same alarm, same cortisol spike, same frozen inventory. You'll get a notification about a meeting at 9 a.m. and your body will respond exactly like there's a creeper 3 blocks away. Ancient software running on a modern problem. Your brain isn't dumb, it's just using old code. The pivot. Okay, we need to pause here. Because up until now, the effects have been manageable, recognizable. You felt all of those and found your way back from them. But now we're going deeper. We're leaving the overworld. This is the crafting recipe for the harder stuff. And I'm not going to make it funny, because this part doesn't need jokes. It needs a torch. Let's go. Sadness. Sadness is rain mode. Full world palette shift. Gray-blue everything. Slower movement, quieter sounds, and this heavy feeling like your inventory weighs twice as much as it did this morning. But here's what nobody says about sadness. It has a function. It is not a malfunction. When you're sad, your brain is forcing you to slow down and process something. Stop mining, stop building, stop running. Just sit here, feel this, because something happened and your system needs to register it before you can move forward properly. Sadness is your internal server forcing a save point. It's uncomfortable, it's slow, it's gray and rainy, and you don't want to be in it. But the rain is doing something. It's washing the world, and most of the time, eventually, it stops. The sun comes back, the color returns, and you can move again. The only time sadness becomes a serious problem is when the rain won't stop, when the save point loops, when the gray doesn't lift no matter how much time passes. That's when sadness stops being a weather event and starts being something else. And it's okay to ask another player to help you find the sun again. Grief. Grief is what happens when it's not just rain. It's permanent item loss, not item despawn, not accidentally dropped in lava, not even death, because death gives you a respawn. Grief is the item that got permanently deleted from the game. No recovery, no creative mode workaround. Just gone. And the slot it used to sit in is still there, in your inventory. Empty, not grayed out, not locked. Just empty in a way that feels completely different from a normal empty slot. Grief doesn't follow a timer like other effects do. It doesn't say 230 remaining in the corner. It doesn't expire on its own and leave you feeling normal again. Grief rewrites the inventory, and you don't get over it. Not really. You learn to build around it. You reorganize the other slots. You keep going. You find new items that matter, but that slot, it stays. And sometimes, out of nowhere, you'll reach for it like the item is still there, and it won't be, and you'll feel the whole thing again for a second. That's not weakness, that's not you failing to heal, that's just what it means to have loved something that doesn't exist in the game anymore. Grief is the proof that it was real. Rage, strength 3 and wither I, both, at the same time. That's rage. You hit harder than you've ever hit. Every swing has power behind it. You feel unstoppable. And you are also, simultaneously, taking damage while doing it. Your own hearts are dropping while you attack. Rage is the effect that makes you the most dangerous and the most vulnerable at exactly the same moment. And the cruel joke is that while you're in it, you can't feel the damage you're taking. You're too focused on swinging. In real life, rage is an adrenaline flood. Your vision narrows, your impulse control, the part of your brain that says, hey wait, let's think about this, goes completely offline. You've got a diamond sword in your hand and you are swinging it, and you do not notice that your own durability bar is at 15% and dropping. Most people have said something during rage that they would never say with a clear inventory. Most people have broken something during rage that they spent a long time trying to fix afterward. Rage feels like power. Rage costs more than it gives. Every time. Shame. Shame is the one that doesn't show up on the status bar at all. Everyone can see wither. Everyone can see blindness. But shame? Shame is invisible. It runs in the background, quiet, and the only person who knows it's active is you. Here's the difference between guilt and shame, because people mix these up constantly. Guilt says, I did something wrong. Shame says, I am something wrong. Guilt is about the action. Shame is about the player. And that difference is enormous. Guilt is manageable. You can fix an action. You can apologize. You can mine the wrong block and place a new one. Shame doesn't give you that option because shame isn't pointing at something you did. It's pointing at you, the whole character. The inventory, the durability bar, the skin, all of it. And it says this. This is the problem, not what you built, you. Shame makes people dig. Deeper and deeper, alone, underground, away from other players, with a wooden pickaxe, going nowhere, just down, because being underground feels safer than being seen. And the worst part, the genuinely cruel part, is that digging deeper doesn't fix it. You just end up further away from the sun with less durability than when you started. If you're carrying shame right now, hear this. The effect is lying about where it came from. And you don't have to keep mining alone. Numbness. No status effects at all. No strength, no speed, no wither, no slowness, nothing. The status bar is completely empty and the world is still technically running, but it doesn't feel like anything. Colors are there, but they look flat. Music is playing, but it sounds far away. You're moving, eating, talking, doing all the normal things, and none of it registers. Like playing Minecraft with a render distance set to 2 chunks. Everything is technically there, you just can't see far enough to feel like it matters. This is what happens when your system runs too many effects for too long without a real break. Your brain hits a limit, and instead of crashing completely, it goes into safe mode. Low power, minimum functions, keep the player alive, but reduce everything else to save energy. Numbness is not the absence of caring. It's the result of caring too much for too long with too little recovery. It's not laziness. It's not weakness. It's your server going, I cannot run at full capacity right now. I need to protect what's left. If you're in numbness right now, the world hasn't deleted itself. The color hasn't permanently gone. The render distance can come back. But you probably need to log off for a minute. Sleep, eat, sit in the sun, and if it goes on too long, please tell another player. You don't have to debug a corrupted world file alone. Nobody was built for that. Ending. Every emotion is a status effect. Some are buffs. Some are debuffs. Most, if you look at them honestly, are both at the same time. Love makes you stronger and more vulnerable. Excitement helps you start and makes you abandon things. Even sadness, even grief, even rage, they all have a function underneath the pain. They're all trying to do something for you. The problem is, nobody gave us the status effect guide. Nobody sat us down and said, hey, here's what's running, here's what it means, here's how long it lasts. So we walk around with 17 effects active, and we call it a normal Tuesday. The goal isn't to get rid of all the debuffs. An empty status bar isn't peace, it's numbness. A good inventory has a mix, some buffs, some small debuffs, a durability bar that's healthy but not perfect. That's a real player living a real game. Check your effects tonight. Some of them have been running longer than you think. Some of them you forgot to name. Some of them you've just been calling being fine for years. Name them. Read the description. You can't manage what you won't look at. Every block has a purpose, even the ones that look like dirt. Take care of your world. Nobody else has your seed. Subscribe for more blocks of knowledge. And hey, I'll see you in the next one.